Let us now start with the next idea, which is called the determinant of a matrix. Fine. So in the school, we had learned determinant at an earlier stage itself, and you knew how to compute the determinant of a 2 by 2 and a 3 by 3 matrix, but we'll do it again for the sake of clarity. All right. Nothing new, but same thing. So let A be an n cross n matrix. We only compute the determinant of a square matrix. We don't have the notion for a rectangular matrix as such. Fine. So to understand it, we have this notation. So let S and T be two subsets of 1 to n. 1 to n are the indices by which we index the rows and columns. Fine. Then there's notion of A of ST. Important thing here is that there is a small bracket here. AST is the matrix obtained by or obtained from A by removing or deleting whatever you want to talk of, deleting the rows corresponding to S and the columns corresponding to T. All right. So let's try to understand by an example. So A is, I write A as say 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 2, 4, 7. Then I have this A of generally we'll have 1, comma 2. This is the way to write because we are looking in terms of S and T as sets. But since there is a singleton here, so we'll just write it as A of 1, 2 here like this. That is, I've removed 1 and 2 here. And so this is equal to remove the first row here. So if I remove the first row, I'm left out with 1, 3, 2, 2, 4, 7. Remove the second column. So I remove this also. So I'm left out with 1, 2, 2, 7. This is the way that I'm left out with. Fine. Similarly, if I want to look at say A of 1, 3, 2, 4. So here, since I'm looking at determinant, so I'm looking at removing rows and column both of the same size. In general, I need not do it. So this is same as, look at this, remove the first and third. So first and third, so only thing is left as 1, 3, 2. Now I have to remove 4 does not make sense. So I wrote it wrongly. I should have written it 3 here. Fine, 2, 3. So remove 2 and 3. So I'm left out with 1, which is just a scalar 1, a scalar. Fine. So that's the way to understand that we keep removing things. Fine. So now with this understanding, we have a definition for us. So let A belong to Mn of C. Mn of C means n cross n matrix with complex entries. Then determinant of A, or sometimes we write it like this. All right, is given by determinant of A is given as A if A is equal to A is a 1 cross 1 matrix. So just the scalar, whatever that A is, all right. Otherwise, we'll do it in terms of the first row, and then afterwards you can prove it in the general setup also, that it is same as J is equal to 1 to n. Let me be careful. Minus 1 to the power 1 plus J, A1J into determinant of from A, remove the first row and the jth column. All right. This otherwise. So if A is not of 1 cross 1, then we sequentially do it. So we expand it on the first row, then second row, and so on. Fine. So let's take an example to understand it better. Example 1. Suppose I write A as A, B, C, D, 2 cross 2 matrix. I want to compute determinant of A. So determinant of A is, so it is 2 cross 2 matrix, so I cannot just do it. I have to look at from this point of view. So minus 1 to the power 1 plus 1, A11. So I'm writing it as A11, A12, A21, A22. That is the notation that we had. Fine. So A11, into determinant of from A, remove the first row and the first column, this, plus minus 1 to the power 1 plus 2, A12 into from determinant, remove the first and second. So this is same as A11 is A, and determinant of one matrix from 1 and 1, you get determinant of D. This is minus A12 is B, for A12 is B times determinant of C, which is equal to AD minus BC, the one that we had learned earlier. Fine. For a 3 cross 3 matrix, let's be careful and do it nicely. So A is Aij 3 cross 3. So I'm looking at determinant of A. Fine. So let me write it like this so that there is a clarity, otherwise there will be problem. So this is same as minus 1 to the power 1 plus 1, A11 into determinant of from A, remove the first row and the first column. Fine. Plus minus 1 to the power 1 plus 2, A12 and determinant of from A, remove the first row and the second column, plus minus 1 to the power 1 plus 3, A13, and from A, remove the first and third. So this is same as A11. And if I use this induction argument, so if I look at A11, so let me just write that one. Yeah, so 3 cross 3 matrix A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. So I'm removing the first row and first column. So I'm removing this row and this column. So I'm left out with this. Determinant of this part is A22, A33 minus A23 into A32. This gives you minus A12 now. Now what I'm supposed to do, I'm supposed to remove the first row and second column. So first row and the second column I'm supposed to remove. So I'm supposed to have this as it is. If I remove this, it is A21 into A33, A21 into A33 minus A31 into A23. So it is A23 into A31 plus A13 into, now I'm supposed to remove this one. So I'm left out only this part. So it is A21 into A32. So I can write, if I look at here, so A32 into A21 minus A31 into A22. Fine. So I've just put it in a different way. That's all, nothing else. But you can see that those entries are the same. So what I get here is that this is same as A11, A22, A33 minus A11 into A23, A32 minus A12, A21, A33 plus A12, A23, A31 plus A13, A32, A21 minus A13, A31, A22. All right. So even though it looks complicated, it's very easy to understand. Fine. And I would like you to understand it using the simple idea that look at here, 1, 1 has come, 2, 2 has come, 3, 3. Now 1 was is complete. So either 2, 2 have been there and 3, 3, or 2, 3 and 3, 2 will come. Similarly, these two matches, and this one matches. So I get 1, 1 here and 3, 3 is separate. Here, 1, it starts with 1, 2 and 2 cancels out, 3 and 3 cancels out, I get 1 and 1 again. Similarly, 3 and 3 cancels out, 2 and 2 cancels out, I get this again. Because I'm doing with respect to the first row and things like that. So 3 and 3 cancels out, I get 1, 1 and 2, 2. All right. So there is some sort of cyclic nature which is going on. I would like you to understand these things. If you know permutation, if you want to go slightly above algebra and things like that, you will come across these, what are called permutations. Fine. There is a little bit of permutations in your assignment also. I would like you to understand it if you are really interested. Fine. Let's proceed further. Fine. So I would like you to compute it out yourself. I have computed it for some of them. Important thing as an example, that if I look at this matrix A, which is 2, 0, 0, 5, determinant of this matrix is 10. And if I look at it on this plane, Fine. So suppose I've got 2, 0 here. This is the point which is 2, 0. This is the point 0, comma 5. So I'm going from here to here, and what I'm getting is I'm looking at this rectangle, area of this rectangle in some sense. All right, you can see that 2 into 5, that is 10, is the area of the rectangle. You can verify that for parallelogram also the same thing happens. Fine. But if I change the order, so if I look at B, which is 0, 5 and 2, 0, then I'm looking at this as my first vector and this as my second vector. So if I rotate like this, I do not get a proper rectangle. All right, I get a rectangle only when I shift to like this. Fine, I get minus 2 comma 0, then it makes sense, and therefore the determinant is in some sense getting multiplied and it is becoming minus 10. All right, so the idea of minus and plus is related with what is called the directions. All right, whether you are able to form a proper parallelepiped or not in the higher dimension and so on. Fine, you can look at this. You can also see that if I shift it slightly here, row or column gets added and things like that. So some properties will come to it afterwards. So it turns out that in general, determinant is nothing but the volume. All right, you can prove it directly or through a lot of ways. And there are other places also where you can find it out. All right, so I'll not get into that part. I would like you to try that out yourself. Fine. So compute the determinant of a 3 by 3 matrix yourself. Another way to remember is that how to compute the 3 by 3 at least. A11, A12, A13, write again A11 and A12 again. Here it is A21, A22, A23, A21. Just repeat that part. All right. A31, A32, A33, and then A31, A32. I would like you to see that what are the positive terms in this expansion. Just try that out. So if you look at that part here, this is the first one, which is the positive one that you are looking at. Second positive is A12, A23, A31. A12, A23, A31. This is the positive one. And the next positive is A13, A32, A21. So this is what it is. A13, A32, A21. This is the positive one. These three are positive. Look at the negatives. Can you think of some negatives here? So the negatives will come from, look at the negatives here, A11, A23, A32. So A11, A23, A32 is coming here. A12, A21, and A33, which is here. And where is the third one? A13, A31, and A22. This is the one that is here. Fine. So these are the things that are negatives. And these are the positives. All right. So just write 5 columns. Repeat the first 2 columns as such and just proceed. All right. You will get this part easily. So try that out for better understanding and things like that. Fine. So definition. A matrix A is said to be non-singular if determinant of A is non-zero. Non-singular, but it does not become 0. There is no singularity. All right, things like that. Fine. And is called non-singular and is called singular and is called singular if determinant of A is 0. All right. So the idea is to understand these two things. Fine. That when the matrix is going to be singular, when it is going to be non-singular and things like that. And they get related with the idea that non-singular will relate to what is called A is invertible. And this will get related with is not invertible. So these are related ideas. I would like you to try that out. I will not be proving it at this stage. Maybe at some later stage I can prove it. Fine. So we'll just look at some lemma, some results now, or some properties and nothing more than that. Just verify the following for elementary matrix. What happens? So this lemma is about elementary matrices. For any positive integer n, just fix that positive integer n. 1. Determinant of the identity matrix is 1 because I've got volume of the n cube, so it is just 1. 2. Determinant of Eij interchange of ith and jth row will give you -1. Think about it, because most of the places it is just one that is there, and only in I and j there is an interchange. So this is what will happen. 3. Determinant of EIJC will be determinant of, so EIJC means that you are interchanging ith and jth row, fine, things like that. So there's no change as such, fine, because when you have a vector here, you add it, you just shift it on a parallel line, so the height of the parallelogram remains the same, the base remains the same, so determinant remains the same. All right, so it will be determinant of identity itself, which will be 1, fine. 4th, determinant of ek of c will be c times determinant of identity, which is equal to c. All right, so these are the 3 elementary row operations. All right, and we needed to know them. Fine. So this is important. Now the last theorem, which is important, oh, I forgot to say that. What about the diagonal matrix? Determinant of a diagonal matrix consisting of d1, d2, dn is nothing but their product, d1, d2, dn. So you can prove that even for the upper triangular matrix or lower triangular matrix, it is just the product of the diagonal entry. Just try that out. Fine. Theorem, the properties, I'll just put them together. So A and B are n cross n matrices over complex numbers. Then 1, if there is a row consisting of 0, fine, this will imply that determinant of A is 0. 2, if there is any column which is 0, this will imply the determinant of A is 0. Try that out yourself, nothing is special. Fine. 3, if B is Eij times A, that I have interchanged the rows and ith and jth rows of A, this will imply that determinant of B is minus times determinant of A, because the direction will change. All right, fine. Direction of parallelepiped will change. This is what I'm saying here. 4, if B is equal to Ei of C times A, this will imply that determinant of B is C times determinant of A. So basically everything is very nice, simple. If B is Eijc of A, then there is no change in the determinant. Determinant of B is same as determinant of A, because it is just a parallelogram shift and nothing else. 5, 6, if the ith row and jth rows for I not equal to j are equal, will imply the determinant of A is 0. Similarly, there will be column also which will hold. So if there is some column L and some column K with K not equal to L, will imply that determinant of A is 0. I would like you to try that out yourself. So these are the properties that you need to remember. The other thing which is important is what is called determinant of the product. Determinant of AB is same as determinant of A into determinant of B. We'll try to give the proof of some of them in the assignment. All right. But I would like you to know that this is very, very important, and you can see that this is happening here for elementary matrix, and we know that every invertible matrix is a product of elementary matrices. So we can successively do it. Fine. 9, determinant of A transpose is same as determinant of A, and determinant of A star is nothing but determinant of A transpose whole bar will be equal to this bar will appear in every element, and therefore there will be a bar coming into play, determinant of A transpose, which will be same as bar of determinant of A. Fine. So I'd like you to keep track of this. I'll not be proving them, but you need to know them. All right. So that's all in this lecture. Thank you.